So hello and welcome back to the video everyone. In this video I'm going to import these data, the external data basically, into our user defined database that we have generated, that is TestDB. So first of all, let me delete this table that we have generated, okay, as well as the query, and then we will proceed further. Okay, so I'm not going to save all these things, and yeah, so our table has been dropped. Now let's import. So as I said, I will basically show you three methods how you can import the entire data. Okay, so first method is using the GUI method, that is graphical user interface. Just make sure, click on this, select this database that you are using, and then right click over it and go to task, and here go to import data. Okay, so there will be one pop-up that will be coming in front of you like this. Just click on next, and it will be asking about choose a data source. So first step is that you need to choose a data source. So what is the data source and what is the file extension? I have explained everything in detail, that what was delimited text, and this is the basically example of delimited text, where you can see all the entities are basically separated by a fixed pattern, that is the comma. So that is basically termed as the CSV file, right? And any file which, apart from Excel, any TXT file which is basically used to store a very large amount of data, that is basically considered as the flat file source. If you are using or importing the Excel files, go and choose .excel, that is Microsoft Excel. If you have the format like Excel SB, Excel binary, or Excel SX, Excel M, so all these formats basically you need to choose Microsoft Excel. Right now I'm importing this data, so I will be choosing flat file source. If you are importing CSV file, then also choose the CSV, that is flat file source only. Here just click on browse and select the file. Now you can see it is asking that what is the format of it, that it is delimited or it is having a fixed width, something specifically that is present or not. So all those information, this is basically auto detecting, right? So just you can check it, the columns from here. So our data that we were watching, these data like invoice, stock, code, description, as I was saying, that these are basically separated using a comma. So you can see the columns that is generated, right? So let's close this, and you can see the column delimited has automatically found out that it is comma delimited. Okay, and if you haven't gone through what delimited text and what types of file is, how a database is stored, I will mention that. You can see at the top the data fundamentals video, that is in the first part I have discussed. So this is the entire description of it. What is the column type, the name of the column, and data type, and all those things basically you can see from here. So let's click on next. Now it is asking choose a destination. So our destination is the SSMS file, right? So we'll go to the bottom at the last and choose this Microsoft OLE DB provider for SQL server, that is our server instance, and then we'll choose the server name, the authentication type that we have seen in the previous video, which was Windows, right? And the database, it is basically showing as TestDB. If you want any another database, so you can choose from going here. Okay, so now let's click on next. Now you can see our final step, the table is basically renaming as DB1, and here it is the source, this is the destination. Now let's click on next and finish. Okay, so you can see the rows are getting transferred. Okay, so it has been done successfully. Now let's see the table. Let's refresh it. Okay, so now you can see that we have successfully inserted this dbo1.table. Now we'll see what are the data that is present. Have we completely pulled out the correct data or not, that we are going to check. Okay, so let's go to select all from the name of the table, right, db1. And please don't skip the video. The second and the third method, especially the second method, which I am going to basically show you how to import the data, that is very important and very easy, much more easier than what I have explained you right here. Okay, so please watch the video till end. So this is the first method that I am showing you right now. That is select all from dbo, that is database schema, and then dbo1, that is name of the table. Let's run. So now you can see we have successfully imported the very large count of data in very few minutes. Now I'm going to show you another technique where I'm going to pull more amount of data, the data which we have pulled, more than 3 times of that much data I'm going to pull using db2.txt. You can see the file size, it is approximately more than 3 times the file size. Okay, now I will be using the second method to import the data. Please have a look at it. So we'll use it, we will basically pull that data using the bulk insert technique. So we are doing bulk insert db2 from, we'll mention the path here. So the path here is basically this one, and let's paste it, and then we'll mention the file name as well. File name is db2.txt. okay, so this is the entire query, and then we will write with, I will explain you the code also, the transact SQL query that we are using. It will be field terminator is equal to comma. Okay, what is this field terminator? So this is basically defining what is the fixed pattern that the file is following, and row terminator will basically show that each and every file is basically broken down by another line. Okay, so this is the entire thing that we have generated. Now if I run this, this will give me an error. Let me show you. Okay, so it says invalid object name dbo2. Now I will also continuously teaching you how to solve the error. So just read the line again. It is saying invalid object name means we have not inserted any object which is db2. Do we have any database that is present as db2? No, right? So we need to first create one new table. Create one new table with db1 which also have same number of columns, right? So the table should be empty, but it should be having empty columns. So for that I'm just using one technique right now, since db1 and db2 are having same number of columns and same columns also. So I will be using one technique. Please focus on this also. We will mention select all into db2 from db1. So what I have done is that select all the databases from database 1 to database 2, means we are generating a copy of it. Now you can see the completion time, and it has transferred 5 lakh rows. Now let's refresh this. Okay, so we have successfully generated now db2 also, but at present our db2 is having the data, right? And if we will insert this data also, it will be very huge. Now let me just show you with that. Okay, let's run this db2 query. So you can see this is also having some data, right? db2. So we will first do what? We will empty the table. Empty the table. Truncate table db2. So truncate is basically used to empty all the data except the column names. So now everything is deleted and just we have the column names, right? So now our query should work, correct? That we have generated the table and the column name is also present, the file delimiter we have mentioned, the file type, and everything is present. So this is the very easy technique to insert the bulk data. You just need to make sure that create a dummy file with empty rows and just mention the column names. Let's run this. Okay, just wait for a few moments. Okay, let me show you the progress of it as well. Let me just truncate it once again. Okay, I will show you once again. The table is empty, right? Now we will run this with not this one, estimated no live query execution done. Yeah. So now we will see what is the current progress of it. This is basically the execution plan. Just see the magic how basically this is basically done. So this will show the live query transactions, that is statistics. How much progress has been done, what is the step that is basically performing. Okay. This is used in the corporate life where you are basically doing a lot and very large amount of transaction and someone is asking at how much it is done. So you can basically tell the exact percentage. You can just turn on using the live query statistics. I will explain you all these things also in execution techniques. So now you can see the number of rows we are having is 1 crore 60 lakh. So this much of data is very easily imported in the db2. I will not show you the entire data because if I run that query it will again take a lot of time. Now you can see the row count just itself, and for that I have mentioned the function that is count. We'll discuss that ahead also. If I run the entire query it will definitely going to take a long time. Okay, so this is the thing. You can see the 7% progress, 8% progress, and you can see the result it is coming. So all the data is successfully imported. So this was the second technique. The third technique is known as BCP, bulk copy program, which is also similar to bulk insert also only, and I will recommend you to use the bulk insert method for large databases, and for smaller database if you want you can basically use the GUI method. So focus on these two inserting data techniques only. And now since we have inserted our data, the two data, in the next video we are going to basically start from the basics of SQL query. That is what SQL query is like. We are all aware about that. SQL query is a relational database communicative language, that is structured query language, where we are communicating with the relational databases, correct? So that we are going to see from the next video, that how we are writing multiple SQL queries in order to modify all those things. Okay, so that we are going to see from the next video. So bye bye and see you in the next video. Thank you so much.